Behavior Interactive's biggest game is Dead by Daylight, which I post a lot of content on, but more importantly, that game is half my age at 10 years old, although when this comes out I'm probably going to be 21, so half and a quarter? Typically when games reach this age, there's one of three things they always end up doing. Dying, making a sequel, or updating their engine. Behavior went with option 3, but how do you teach hundreds of devs working on your specific game a new updated engine while also still working on that game? You do the logical thing and make a spin-off, and give it away for free before charging $5 later down the line. This is What the Fog, a single release, no update, game engine learning product from Behavior, and it's a game of all time that I 100%ed because I hate my life. What the Fog itself is actually an alright experience, especially since it's $5 and has co-op. You can get a few hours with a buddy just messing around doing dumb shit, killing enemies, but outside of that, it's probably not worth buying. You get 3 heroes, Dwight, Claudette, and Fung, who you unlock after beating the game once, each having their own abilities. The best one is Claudette, self-healing upgrades, range abilities, and has the best crowd potential. Claudette is the best pick for solo play, and is a must no matter what. The other starting option is Dwight, who kinda sucks. His main attack is a spam magic missile, which does less damage than Claudette's and is harder to aim. His abilities are all about setting up decoys and tanking damage, which is cool, but at harder difficulties, you can't really do that. The last character is Fung, who is the worst character of the 3. Her 2 abilities make her squirt on the ground, providing healing from the puddle, and a big AoE attack with her sword, because she's the melee character. I haven't talked to enemies yet, but you can see from the background footage, most of these enemies fly into the sky and are incredibly hard to hit with the sword without a major time sink. She does shoot out a blade thing, but it's incredibly slow and doesn't do much damage compared to the other 2. So unless you're playing with a friend, you pick Claudette and load up into the game. There's 3 worlds, each consisting of 3 levels, a rest area, and a boss fight which is randomized. The gameplay involves killing enemies who drop blood points, which you use to turn on generators to power the exit gate. You also get buffs that are unique to yourself, so if you're playing with a friend, you have to share. Some are more powerful on certain characters over others, but it honestly doesn't matter that much. You do this 3 times, with the price of generators going up each level until you hit a rest spot. Then you heal in the goop that Fung can also spit out, then you fight a boss. Every single boss is an enemy that's just upscaled to be large with a big ass health pool. Nothing else. And they're completely randomized. I think the only exception is that you can't get the same boss more than 1 time in a run, and I'm not even sure if that's true. The enemies are interesting themselves, being able to have unique effects like making you slow, healing themselves, or causing poison. With all these special types of enemies being unlocked the more you play, same with some upgrades, it adds another 2 hours onto the experience than you would get originally. The different enemies themselves are cool in design, but boring in execution. You have small dog guys, shield other guys, flying kidney stones that charge at you, the walking version of those, catapults, and teleporting clit towers. Plus whatever ones I'm forgetting because there's about 8 to a dozen of them. And as stated earlier, the bosses are these guys but just larger. You will fight these enemies in every single difficulty. They do not change. There are no new enemies in Nightmare mode. You will fight them day in, day out. Also, I hope you enjoy this menu theme, because that is the only music in this game. It's not that bad, probably the biggest highlight of What the Fog next to Claudette looking really cute. Actually, I love her. I could just, small rant, they're very cute designs here. Now I will leave the main part of this review here. The game is a 7 out of 10 tech demo practice for Behavior Interactive, and it's $5. It's worth spending an afternoon with a friend on it, and if you catch it on sale, which I don't think it ever has been, it'd probably be like $2. Just be warned, if you die, you get to sit in spectator waiting for your friend to revive you from the hooks scattered around the map. With the added hazards randomly around, it can be scary. The fear is how bored you'll be sitting there. However, the rest of this review is me going off script to freely rant about the achievement grind in this game because it sucks and I deserve this after the 100% achievement gain. There are 2 co-op locked achievements. Special shout out to Weeb from my community who hopped in and downloaded this game to help me get these. 7 difficulty achievements, 8 boss achievements, 5 achievements you'll get doing everything else, and 3 specific character achievements, which are all beat the game with this character. The achievements sound easy. However, Two of the sections have problems. The difficulties for being boring, and bosses for RNG. Different reasons that correspond together. That was the actual end of the script. I know I said I would go off it earlier, but that's the actual end of it. I need you guys to understand how raccoon lived in these achievements are, because that's just the biggest, best definition of trash I can give them. The difficulties are the classic, we give everything more health and you do less damage difficulty, which is the laziest form of difficulty. The best kind of difficulty is Dark Souls, where it's like a dance and you just have to learn the dance to get good. When you just inflate health pools, it gets really boring really quickly. Some games increase their AI to make their AI slightly better. Not the case with this one. They do the exact same point aim, but we do so much damage and you'll die in 2 hits because we hate you. And we want you to suffer on the hardest difficulty, panicked or terrified. I'm pretty sure it was terrified. I'm looking at the achievement list, it was terrified. I hate it so much. I was streaming it, and then my chat got bored, and I got bored, so it was like a self-feeding loop of boredom, which made me do it offline while watching YouTube videos, because it was the better way to do it. So most of this I don't actually have footage on. I just need everyone to understand, because I'm not downloading this game again. It was so boring, because everything took like 15 shots, and you can sit on earlier levels and grind out blood points. But also, that just adds to the boredom, because everything takes ages to die, you don't have any upgrades or abilities yet, so you're just sitting there just shooting at the start. And if you wait like 3 levels, you have some upgrades, but then it's more dangerous, and it's a self-feeding loop of pain. If you're still listening, instead of having tried the game or you just don't want to, play on normal difficulty and don't go any higher. Maybe try hard and maybe find where like that cutoff is of excitement, but I don't want you to torture yourselves. The boss achievements, I'm going to tell you the day that I got the second to last achievement and the day that I got the last one. I found the Mega Swarmer by pure luck on February 18th, 2025. I got the Plated Bull Slug on September 7th of 2025. That is the difference of me playing once a week for like 30 minutes of the RNG of me trying to get this boss. I was playing on very easy mode, or whatever the easiest one was, just cruising through it trying to get it done. Awful. Awful. I hate achievements like this. You see, the difference between like a shiny Pokemon RNG is that you can increase the chances with like eggs or doing weird strats, getting the shiny charm by completing the Pokedex. Like, there's ways to make it easier. When it's equal chance of getting one boss that you haven't seen yet, which you have to kill, so if you die, fuck you, you suck. You are stuck just waiting, and it takes hours. If you play on the hardest difficulties, try and do these at the same time, you're gonna be there for like 2 hours, just sitting in one queue getting it done. It's awful, I tell you. But I did take a screenshot of the last boss, because for whatever reason I decided that was a good idea as compensation, so you can see me killing it as it dies and splurts out the blood points, but better than nothing, right? Either way, I like to ask the question, is blah 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 a good game? And for What the Fog, I can say no, it's a good tech demo that's worth the $5 if you want to mess around with a buddy. Don't go for the 100%, just don't do it. You have so much better use of your time. If you want to go for the 100% of a game, I don't remember the other thing I 100% recently. 100% Resident Evil 4, that's a good game. Either one works. Do the remake, because that's the one I have done. I haven't done the original yet. 100% game called Forager. I like that one. That's a good game. There's a really good free game called Death Blossom. There is NSFW though. You can turn that off and then play it. For whatever reason, that game goes kind of hard. I'll put in one of the screenshots here just to prove my point that I took while playing that game. It goes pretty hard. Anyway, and for this one, I don't know how long this video is going to be. Probably like 10 minutes. What the Fog sucks.